Okay, good morning and powerful morning to everyone who have come for this introductory session on Power BI.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, thank you. Thank you so much for spending your morning hours and that too on a Sunday. Okay, it means that you are more focused on taking your career to the next level. Okay, I wish you all success in the future. Okay, so shall we give some 5 more minutes for other participants to join? Okay, so we'll start the session by 10:05. Yes, good morning and powerful morning to everyone. I received a lot of messages on my WhatsApp private window. So I'll respond to all those messages after the session. Okay, so we'll have the session for another 2 or 2.5 hours, maximum till 1 p.m. today. Post that, I'll check the messages and then respond to you. Or probably, I mean, if I clear all your doubts in this session, I may not respond to the messages. Okay, to save time or not duplicate things.
Sure. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. So since it's a mixed crowd, I believe English would be a common language here, and I feel everyone will be comfortable with my English. Hope my voice as well as video is clear for everyone.
Yeah, this is a clear.
Good, good, good. Okay, thank you so much. Okay. So probably, I mean, during the session, for the benefit of all, I request everyone to stay on mute. Okay, and I'll be giving you some time to question, or probably, I mean, if it is very important, you can send me a direct message. Okay, and I can respond to it based on the time that we have. Okay, let's have some ground rules fixed so that we don't disturb others and we don't also get disturbed. Okay, so I request everyone to mute themselves.
नेट देखिए उस तो उत्ते 5000 ਹੋਰ ਖਰਚ ਕਰਾਉਂ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਤੇ ਲੋਕ ਆਦਮੀ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ
Okay, so it's 10:06 now. Let's start. Okay, so it's 10:06 now. So as discussed, I mean, let's start the session. I hope everyone are super excited to know about the latest trending software or tool for data analytics. Okay, so if you are really pumped up and powered to know more about this latest trending tool, please type power, POWER in the chat box. I hope the chat box is available for everyone. Please type power in the chat box. Let's bring up more energy in the morning before we proceed. Okay, so that's great. That's great. Okay. Okay, so more power coming up. So that's good. Okay. Okay, so I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Yes, yes. Thank you everyone for giving your response. So I will ensure that we have a wonderful power pack session today. Okay. Yes. Okay, fine. So the screen is visible. Okay, so what actually is Power BI? What actually is Power BI? Okay, Power BI is one of the application that is developed by Microsoft. Microsoft is the pioneer in a lot of customized application that helps people ease their work. Okay, they start off with the Windows. Okay, Windows various versions. So I started my system. Okay, so I had Windows 98. Okay, 36 plus 6. Okay, so I fine. So I started using my Windows with the Windows 98, and then it moved on to a lot of advanced application, and XP was most stable. So that is when all these new applications started building up. Okay, I worked for Microsoft for some time. Okay, I was in tech support. I worked for Microsoft for some time, and they are regularly into the hunt for. They're regularly in the hunt for giving the best to their stakeholders. Stakeholder in the sense, the end users, consumers. Okay, is my voice clear and audible to everyone? Okay, fantastic, good. Okay, cool. So I'll try to be on the same pitch. Okay. So Power BI, as mentioned, okay, as mentioned, it is a collection of software. It's a collection of software. It helps you to connect with the various sources of softwares. Okay, you can have your software from the data driven from Facebook. You can have your software or probably the data from your emails, the data from your WhatsApp inquiries, the data from your SQL servers. It can combine data from multiple sources and give you data that you can actually visually see, and it can help you to decide based on the data. Okay. So before going to the actual topic, okay, let me have a quick poll so that I can understand what kind of segment I am addressing today. Okay. So we will have a quick poll. Okay. Okay. So I'm ready with this. Okay. Okay. So can you see my screen now? Okay. So what are your expectations from today's session? Okay. So you can just give me your inputs. Okay. I'll share this link on the screen also. in the chat box so that I mean you can click on this and update your inputs. Yes. Okay, so it will be better. I mean, if you could click on that link and update that. I mean, we can have some visual effects. Okay, so not on the chat. I mean, I've posted a link. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so we've got people punching in things. Okay, so what are your expectations from today's session? Intelligence to learn new things, learn, visualize, business. Okay, excellent. Okay, data visualizations. Okay, learn basic DAX. Okay, so people are basics of Power BI. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so we can have this for another 2 minutes, I believe. Okay. So by 10:14, we'll end the poll. Okay. Come on, come on. We are close to 74. Okay. Okay, so I request everyone to click on the link on the chat box and then mention your requirement there. Okay, so I see only 20 people have logged into the link and giving me the data. Let's get going. I need more people. So 21. Okay, so that's good. I've shared the link again in the chat box. So click on the link and post your requirement. What is that you expect from the session today? Successful transaction, sincerely trying to DA less time wastage. Okay, job related discuss about okay, where to utilize okay, advanced Power BI. Okay, so I request people to log into the link, click on the link and post your requirement there or post what you need or what you expect from the training program today, the session today. So that will make things clear for everyone. Intermediate level, new skill, business, okay, Power BI, learn, data visualization, okay, become analysis as fresher, which means, I mean, you want to become a data analyst, okay. I can take it that way. To data analyst, data analytics, basics of BI tool, where to utilize DAX and clear reports, okay. So that's far more advanced, okay. Real-time projects, okay. Modeling part, okay. So which means, I mean, most of you have already had access to Power BI, okay. So I see a lot of technical terms here. Real-time projects, advanced Power BI, enhanced analytics, want to learn new skills. Okay, okay. So 34 people have shared. Okay. So 34, 35 have shared, which means 1/3 of our participants have accessed the link and they are giving me the data. Okay, so that's excellent. Okay. Okay, so I think I can close the poll now. Okay. I'm receiving more. Okay, so let me give some more time. Job related learning. Okay, decode big data. Okay, decode big data. So that's something new. More knowledge. Make dashboards. Learn business shortcuts. Okay, people want to learn shortcuts in Power BI. Power BI itself has made life simpler for everyone. Okay, so we'll be discussing on that part also. Okay. So that's good. That's good. Thank you so much for your votes. Thank you so much for your votes as well as your inputs. Fine. So I hope to stay by your requirement. Okay. Hopefully, I'm sure that I'll be able to meet your requirements. Okay. So let's get going. Before we proceed, send recording. So the recording, I'm not sure because this is a uh, introductory session. Okay. So we'll have another session also next week. Okay. Okay. So fine, for the benefit of the students, we can share the recording. Okay. So that you can get used to it. Okay. Learn the basics about Power BI and what is that we are going to. What is that we have already discussed on this session. Okay. So we can share the recording. So that shouldn't be a problem. Okay. So before going ahead with the Power BI and actual concept, I believe that you should know the trainer better. Okay, so what are all the challenges that I experienced, because I received a lot of messages on the WhatsApp group that I'm into science, I'm into commerce, or I'm into economics. I've done technical courses. I'm an engineer. Can I get into data analytics? Okay, so I'll clear that part first. So simultaneously, I'll go through the slides that I have. Okay, so usually I don't use slides for my session. Okay, so what I do is I'm a blogger. Okay, I update my blog and I can share you the blog link. You can go and access my blog. I keep updating my blog. Okay, and I believe that's the best option that I can do. Okay. Okay, so the parts of Power BI, as there is a Windows desktop version called as Power BI Desktop. So this is free and anyone can install. There are basic requirements of the system. Okay, you need to have Windows 10 is preferable, because I've seen a lot of systems with Windows 7. It get installed, but a lot of functionalities that don't work. So I suggest everyone to upgrade your Windows to 10 and then install Power BI Desktop. Okay, I can give you a workaround. Okay, if there are some complications for you that you cannot upgrade your Windows from 7 to 10. Okay, so there is a lab. Okay, there's a lab. There's a virtual lab where you can access Power BI and all the functionalities of Power BI. Okay, I'll be sharing that in the course of the session today. Okay, for that, you just need to do a basic registration on the Microsoft website. Okay, and through that also, you can continue your learning process. Okay, you can attempt all the questions. You can go for certification. Okay, so we'll have that login also created today. So that's free. You don't have to pay a penny. So that's free. And through that, you can access Power BI. You don't have to install the Power BI desktop. You can just install. You can just get registered with the Microsoft Learning Portal, and then you can access the lab. Okay, and an online SaaS. Okay, it's software as a service. It's called as Power BI service. So this is available online. It's a browser-based version. You need to have a company domain email address to access this free trial. Okay. You cannot access with your regular Gmail account or probably your Hotmail account. You need to have a specific domain to access this. And we have decided that we can provide you with a domain for all those participants, who join us for the actual main session. Okay, we can give you an email address from our company. We can sponsor that email address, and we can also guide you how to create the online SaaS. It will be a free trial. Okay, you can use it as much as you want. Okay, and then you have Power BI mobile apps for it's available in Windows, iOS, and Android device. I don't think anyone has Windows mobile now. It's iOS or Android. Once you have your SaaS which is configured, you can use the similar login on your Android devices, and then you can access your Power BI mobile apps. Okay. So as I was telling you about, I mean, what prompted me to get into the software industry is I was a hardcore HR professional. Okay. So I was into human resource recruitment and management, engaging and organization development, industrial relations. Okay. Uh, During the what do you say crisis of 2008. Okay, so I lost my job. I was working for a multinational company in Dubai. Okay, based out of UAE. I lost my job, and when I had to return to India, I found it very difficult to get job. Okay, the Indian taxation system as well as the Indian HR compliance was totally different, which I was unaware of. So I couldn't get any job, though I was experienced in the HR industry. So that is when, I mean, I focused myself into training. I started learning Microsoft Office, Excel, PowerPoint, Word, okay, Outlook, and then later came on Visio. Okay, I started myself. I trained myself to be an expert on all this, and then I started approaching corporates as well as individual clients. I had my own training institute where I trained people on these basic softwares. Okay, so that is when I got the insight on software has a real impact on the end users. Okay, and I was continuing with this until the last COVID lockdown, where almost all companies were locked, the institutions were closed. Okay, I didn't have any other option, and almost all basic Microsoft products, all the course content were available free in YouTube. Okay, though instructor training program had its impact, but people started preferring uh, the online free training access. Then I had the opportunity to learn new skills, okay, to upgrade my skills. So that is when I came across Power BI. I was an Excel trainer, okay, Excel trainer for a long time, for close to 10, 15 years. Then I started getting my inputs as well as the thirst for Power BI. So Power BI, it actually has huge demand across the globe, okay. I had something, okay. So let us compare. Okay, so people say that Power BI is an advanced version of Excel. Okay, does Excel have limitations? So definitely it does have limitations. So how many of you have your laptops by your side, laptops or desktop? If you have laptop or desktop, please type. You can call it as computer. Okay. C. So you can type C in the chat box for computer, laptop, or desktop. Okay, fantastic. I've got one people, two, three, four. Okay, good. Okay, so can I request everyone to open their Excel? Open their Excel. Okay, in their laptops. Okay. Okay, so this is my Excel. It's a blank workbook. Okay, so I'll give you a real-time analysis. Okay, you can press the control button and the right arrow. Okay, press the control button, the right arrow. It goes to the far end cell of Excel. Okay, again press control button and the down arrow. Okay, so this one, it is the ultimate last cell in Excel. Okay, XFD 1048,576. So this is the ultimate last cell in Excel. No matter how many times you click insert, okay, insert or delete, okay, insert, nothing happens. And even if I press insert or I select couple of rows and insert, it doesn't go beyond this 1048,576. Okay, 1048,576 and XFT. XFT, this is the ultimate last cell in Excel. So it definitely has some limitations. Excel has limitations. Okay. Okay, it is control plus the right arrow and down arrow. Okay, you can reach the end of Excel sheet. Okay, it's control, right arrow and down arrow. Okay, and then if you want to come to the first cell, it is, you can come to home, okay, or control and up. Otherwise, you'll have to scroll all the way. Imagine scrolling to 10.5 lakh times. Okay, so that is why we have this. Okay, so I have actually come back to the starting page. Okay, so let me go through the blog. Okay, so Excel definitely has limitations, and there are a lot of databases that has limitations. Even your SQL server has limitations. That is why we have come up with Mongo database, MongoDB, which is scalable. Okay, it has got more scalability features. Okay, so when we talk about limitations, okay, our data also has limitations. Say, for example, I need to compile the data of the citizens of India. Okay, we are close to 102 billion. Okay, the second largest population in the world. So, is there a way I can compile the entire data of all the citizens, because we all have taken Aadhaar card and we are getting into vaccination. Okay, so how to compile all this data in Excel? Okay, Excel, since it has got limitations, so we can use multiple sheets. But how many of you, I'm not sure, would have had the experience of your Excel freezing, or probably your Excel getting stuck? I mean, when you do some calculation, so that is when the software joins. I mean, they thought and they wanted to implement a new software, I mean, which is called huge scalability, which can input data from multiple sources and which can handle large volume of data. Okay, so that is where Microsoft Power BI was born. Okay, so this is the history of Excel limitations as well as the beginning of Power BI. Yes, yes. Okay, so I have Priyanshu, I mean, was mentioned that if the volume is more, multiple sheets, okay, and there are chances that your Excel might get corrupted very often, and that is when the Power BI has taken place. Okay. Okay. So now let's get going with Power BI installation. So how many of you have Power BI installed in their system? Okay, so people have raised their hands. Okay, you can just type, yes, I installed it. Yes, me, so many people. Okay, good. Okay, so we'll go with both the versions. Okay, but I request everyone to register in Microsoft portal, because I don't want you all to do the mistake that I did. Okay, I learned the courses, I learned everything, I became an expert, but I didn't opt for certification because I did not find the requirement for certification because I was not interested in a full-time job. Okay, okay, so I did not want to go for a full-time job, so I did not focus on certification. But at one point of time, even the employers, I mean, who are hiring me for training the staff, I mean, they demand a certification. So that is when I went for certification. So by the way, I mean, when you start doing this, okay, when you start approaching the courses, okay, I request everyone to go ahead and register yourself in the Microsoft website. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, so I'll share the link with you. Okay, so this is for the lab. Okay. Okay, so once you click on this, if you're registered, automatically you will have the option to run the lab. Okay, so I'll do it for you. Okay, since I've already registered, okay, I've registered. Okay, I've registered using my ID, so I have the direct access to the lab. Okay, because I really don't want to waste time in making you install the software. Okay, this would be easy. Okay, start lab. Okay, so I'll share my screen so that all the changes can be visible. Okay, I just clicked on start lab. Okay, and the lab environment is getting loaded in my system. Okay, so it hardly takes 2 minutes to 5 minutes depending upon your net connectivity as well as your computer speed. Okay, and probably, I mean, if you have your system by your side, you can do it simultaneously. Okay, so others, I mean, who get a registration screen, okay, I request everyone to go ahead and register. Okay, so it's simple, it's easy, and it's required for your certification purpose. So it would be one, two or three screens. It will ask you what are all the courses that you're interested in and what are all the desired profile that you're interested in. Okay, and then it will register yourself, and then you can think, no, this is not paid. Okay, so this is free. Okay, so I will tell you things that are paid. Okay, so whatever I'm giving you now is absolutely free, so you don't have to worry about anything. It's totally free. You can just close your eyes, and then you can go ahead, proceed, and click on everything. Okay, so even I'm totally concerned about money. Okay, so I don't want anyone to shell out your money unnecessarily. Okay, so whatever I'm going to give you without any disclaimer, so that is totally free. And if in case I'm going to send you a link which is chargeable, okay, I'll inform you well in advance that this is chargeable. Okay, so just 50 more seconds. Okay. Okay, so I think Stark Edge, I have answered your question. It is not paid. Okay, so it is absolutely free. Okay, yes, I will tell you how to install Power BI system, but let us go ahead and see the actual functionality of Power BI, and I want everyone to register in Microsoft website. Okay. Okay. Probably, I mean, you can do it again. Okay, you can do it again. So you can renew your lab requirement. Okay, so 45 minutes is more than enough to do a complete project. Okay, and then you can renew. You can log out, or probably, I mean, you can close the window and then you can use it again. So I've used it multiple times. Okay, it's not a one-time offer. Okay, so wait, so let the lab load. Okay, so that, I mean, everyone can have the access to the screen, and then I will go back to the link where I clicked and accessed. Okay, so as I informed everyone, if you have not registered for the Microsoft Learning Portal, okay, it will ask you to register. Okay, so registration is free. You don't have to pay anything to Microsoft. Okay, you don't have to pay anything to Microsoft. You just have to register, and there are multiple courses which you can read through, and then you can get your certification. So a lot of Microsoft products are free for certification. Okay, so I think my lab environment is almost ready. Okay. Okay, so I'm just getting connected to the lab environment. Okay. You can browse. Okay, you can browse. You have Edge browser. Since it's Microsoft, you can have Edge browser. So that's the only thing which is available. And then you have your Power BI desktop, which is already installed in this lab. So that's the main purpose. Okay, so fine. Okay, so I have my lab ready. So Power BI desktop, and I have Power BI report builder. Okay. So since it's a lab environment, okay, there could be some latency. Retry connection. Okay. So by the time it gets reconnected, I will go through this. Okay. So this is the link that I pasted in the group. Okay, so I'm sharing it with you again. Okay, so this is directmicrosoft.com. So if you're not logged in, okay, new incognito window, okay. Okay, so if you're not logged in, if you're not registered with Microsoft, the learning portal, it will ask you to sign in to launch the lab. Okay, so how many of you have this screen there? How many of you have this screen sign in to launch the lab? Yes, yes. So, which means, okay. So if you have this screen, you have to click on this. Okay. If you have a Microsoft account, a Hotmail account, or probably you can create one. Okay. If you want, you can create one. Click next. Okay. You can just type your email address or create one. Okay, and then use that over here. Okay. You can use one and get going, and then you can come back to the same link, and then you can get the options here. Okay, so if once you're registered, okay, once you're registered, you will get the option Start Lab. Okay, okay, so all this are readily available for you. Okay, Govind, you don't need a company ID. See, I have logged in here. It's only for Power BI SaaS, Power BI service. You need a company ID. This is my regular Gmail ID. Okay, to access or to log in to the lab, you don't need a company ID. A Gmail ID is more than enough. Okay, and it will show the level of your completion. Fine, fine, fine. Okay, okay, go with good, good going. Okay, so this is only for docs.microsoft.com. So it's only a learning portal. Okay, for the learning portal, you just need your you just need an email ID. Okay, so not specifically you need a company ID, a general email ID that would be sufficient. Okay, because the previous training program I tried doing in the Power BI desktop. Okay, so many people. Yes, yes. Okay, good. Okay. Yes, I mean if you are using the lab, if you are using the lab, okay, then if you're using the lab, you don't need to download the files. I mean, everything you can do it in the virtual lab itself. Okay, I'll be showing you on the. I'll showing you that. Okay, once you have created your account, you can go to the link which I shared and then see if you are able to enable the lab. Okay. Okay, so this is the get lab. Okay, so once you have logged in to the learning portal, click on this. You will be automatically redirected to this page, and then you will have the option Start Lab. Okay, you can click on the Start Lab, and you will have a screen like this. So double click on Power BI desktop on your lab. Okay, so since we are accessing a virtual machine, that could be some latency. Okay, using a lab, you don't have to install the software on your system. Okay, so that's the benefit. If you really want to, this is the initial setup. Okay, before trying out the actual version. Okay, you can try it on a lab, and if you find comfortable and if you feel that this is something that is for me, then you can go ahead and install the Microsoft Power BI desktop on your system. I'm familiar with this name, Priyanshu. Were you my student sometime back? I remember this name. Okay, okay, fine, fine. That's fine. So I trained a student by name Priyanshu. Okay, so simultaneously, I will open up Power BI desktop in my system as well. Okay. So if you have a better RAM capacity, okay, so that will ease out the process. Okay, since it's a big software, it uses quite a big RAM space. Okay. Okay, so this would be your screen. It's still not opened up in the lab. Okay. Maybe could be like multiple people are accessing the lab, and that could be a traffic that is choking the lab bandwidth. Okay, so I believe this screen is visible for everyone. Okay, so all those people, I mean, who have their Power BI installed, okay, can follow the process. One, yes. Okay, so good. Okay, so as we call in the normal Microsoft packages, so this part, the top part, it is called as ribbon. Okay, so do you see my mouse movement? Okay, so this area, file, home, insert. Okay, so this area along with the toolkit, that is called as ribbon. Okay, RABBON, the normal ribbon that we our sisters and younger ones used to tie their braid. So that's ribbon, and the ribbon that we used to cut. Okay, so same spelling. Okay, so that's ribbon, and this one is the report tab. Okay, so report tab, and then you have your data tab. Okay, so once we have the data, this will be enabled, and then something specific to Power BI alone is called as the relationship tab, or probably you can call it as the model. Okay, so model is here. You can assign relationship with multiple data sources. Okay, so we will see that. And this is the filter. Okay, the filter tab, the visualization, and the fields pane. Okay, these are called as panes, PANES, and this area is called as canvas. Okay, we call this canvas or the report area, canvas or the report area. Okay, so ribbon, the tabs. Okay, the tools. So these are the toolbox or the toolkit, query toolkit, insert toolkit. Okay, so this is the report data and the model or the relationship between the data sets. Okay, you have the filter pane, visualization pane, and the fields. Okay, so it's very important to know the details of the tools that we're going to use. Okay, and then you have the pages here. Okay, like you have the sheets in Microsoft Excel, you got pages here, and you can increase the number of pages that you want based on your report analysis. Okay, fine. So let me see if the lab. Okay, let's start off. Okay, so the lab has some latency. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some real work. Okay, fine. Okay, so before we proceed, okay, so let me ask you another poll. Okay, so which describes you the best? I just would like to know the demographication or the segregation, the category, so that I can give you the examples that is best suited for this group. Okay, you can click on the link and then you can start the poll. Okay, student, job seeker, working professional, that's good. Okay. So which describes you the best? You have 28 people who have voted. Okay, so do you see the mark on the lower right hand corner? But more of working professionals, that's good. And job seekers. Okay, people who have completed the education. Okay, so that forms the major part. Okay, working professional as well as job seeker. So it's neck on neck. 14-14. Good. Okay, so we are close to 74. Let me get some 80% of the votes. Okay, so once we get uh, 60, okay, 60 votes, probably, I mean, we can just, so it's more to do with working professionals and job seekers. Okay, so come on, so, okay. It's stuck at 39, it's stuck at 39. So can we have more people to vote? So I'm just looking for another 20 more votes. Okay, so people who have not voted can click on the link and post your vote. Okay, this looks like a neck on neck match. Okay, 16, 16, 17, 17. So that's great. Okay, so that's actually great. Okay, 18, 19. So job seeker is moving up. So that shows the trend. That shows the trend which is there. Okay, so another 14 to go. So once I have got 60 people have polled, we can just proceed, or at least 50 for a good mark to 50. 4 more. Okay, so you have a time that's running there. Next 1 minute, the voting will close. Okay, so I'll go by this. We got out of 74. Okay, if we exclude 3, so 70. Okay, so almost close to 1/4. Okay, so 1/4 are working professionals and 1/4 are job seekers. Okay, and 1/8 are student. Student, I really appreciate your interest. Okay, so the voting closes in 22 seconds. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay, so done. Okay, so questions we will entertain end of the session. So let me complete the session now. Okay, we'll entertain the questions later. Okay, fine. So let me go back. Okay, so the lab has failed us. Okay, fine. Let us go with this option. Okay, so even Excel, the version Summer 2016 also has these features. Okay, let's go ahead and get some data from the web. Okay, fine. Okay, so I opened up my Power BI desktop. Okay, I'm clicking on get data. I'm clicking on get data. Okay, and I'm going to the web option. Okay, I'm going to the web option here. So I have clicked on the web option. So people who have their systems by the side can also follow me step by step. Okay, so this is how we'll be guiding you during the main session, the 4 days workshop. 4 days workshop. So what I'm going to do here is, okay, just a minute. Okay, so yes. I'll go to Wikipedia. Okay. Okay, so Wikipedia, then population of India. Okay. So I'm going to teach you something, I mean, which is really very easy and really accessible for everyone. So there are a lot of things that we can go to an SQL server and download a database, but I want to have my session which is common for everyone. Okay. Uh, I want people to understand that Power BI is easy and everyone can work on it. Okay, so that is the thing that I want to make people aware of. Okay, so I have copied the web link. Okay, the URL. Let me show it to you again. Okay, so there's nothing else I did. I went to Wikipedia. Okay, okay, I went to Wikipedia and I searched for population of India. Okay, is my video disrupting or probably okay. So for me in my mobile, I mean the video is disrupting. Okay, I've brought it down. Okay. So population of India, I've searched population of India. Okay. I got this page. Okay. It's blue and red and navy blue or dark blue on the far left. Okay. I'm copying this URL or the address from the address bar. I've come back to my Power BI desktop. Okay. I clicked on web, get data. I clicked on web. Okay. I'll have a pop-up window. I paste the URL. It's the same URL. Okay. en.wikipedia.org/wiki demographics of India. Okay. Let me clarify. So it is the same link. Okay. And I click OK. Okay. So it's processing. It's getting connected to the server, waiting for Wikipedia. Okay. I believe everyone can see all the changes that happens on my system. Okay. The best thing between Power BI and Excel is in Excel, you have to go to multiple steps to create a visualization chart. Okay. And in Power BI, things are really easy, really, really easy. Okay. Take my word, things are really, really easy. Okay, I'm just expanding this screen a bit. Okay, that we can have quite a good view of. Okay. So this is the web view. Okay, see, I've got the website on my Power BI pop-up box. Okay, or pop-up window you may call. If someone has lab, okay, if someone is working in lab, you will have to open the Edge browser in lab. Okay, the lab is a separate environment. Okay, your computer and the lab may not get connected. It's only a virtual lab. Okay, you can open up Edge browser in the lab and search for, go to Wikipedia and search for population of India in the Edge browser. Copy that link and paste it in the Power BI application on the virtual machine itself, on the lab itself. Okay, from Edge to the lab. I tested it yesterday. Okay, it was working. It's not getting copied. So probably, I mean, you can just watch through the session, and if time permits, I can ask you to share your screen and we can try some work around. So that's the normal way how I support my students online. Okay, if they encounter any difficulty, I ask them to share the screen and then I support them with that. Okay, so all others who have their what do you say, Power BI desktop, okay, are you able to access or have the same screen that I have? Okay, so I clicked on population distribution by states or union territories 2011. Okay, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The ninth box. Okay, the ninth option. Okay, I have selected the ninth option. Okay, so many people having the same issue. Okay, share the link of Wikipedia. Yes, there you go. Okay. Okay, so I have selected this. Okay, so let me give you people some time so that, I mean, you can get the data on your desktop, Power BI desktop. So all people, it's weird. It's weird. Okay, so Sayant Bhavna Kumari says done. Okay. Sure. So someone wants the lab link. Okay. So once I have the data available, okay. So I have this option down. Okay. I have the option down which says load. Okay. I'll talk to you about transform data later. Okay, so let's complete one session successfully. Okay, and then we'll go to the troubleshooting and other workarounds. Okay, so click on load. Okay, click on load. So I'm not doing anything. Let me wait for its response. Okay. Population distribution by state territories evaluating. Let me see. Probably let me see if I get the same error that someone else got. Okay, I'm not sure. data model, it should work. Cannot select loads, it's freezed. Okay. Fine. So that's what happens in most of the systems. I mean, if the systems don't meet or match the requirements. Okay. Okay, so still my system is not okay. So I'll complete this first session and then tell you about the system requirements. Okay. Okay. So now, so initially when I opened up a blank Power BI, I did not have any data fields on my data tab. Okay. So now I have data. Okay. If I have multiple sheets here or multiple data sets, I can link, I can connect. Okay, I can connect. Okay. So if time permits, we will also check that. Okay. Now let's immediately go ahead and build our visualizations. Okay. You can actually ignore Sri, you can actually ignore or cancel, and then you can proceed. So Power BI desktop, so it doesn't require to be registered. Only the online service requires an email address. The desktop is free for everyone to use. Okay. So there are a lot of inbuilt default visualizations that are available. Okay, you have the bar graph, you have the line chart or area chart, you have the pie chart, donut. Okay, and then you have tree map, waterfall, funnel. Okay, all these are available. Okay, so let's go ahead with any one option. Okay, since it is the country. Okay, okay, I select the donut. Okay, and then I select the heart. Okay, and then I select gauge, and then I select the map. Okay, you can use it, move it across. Okay, so maximize it to fit the area. Okay, and sure, it's only drag and drop, dear. So nothing much. It's only drag and drop. So I not do any changes. It's only drag and drop. So I just clicked on this. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, you click on the canvas, you click on the canvas. If something is selected, that will replace. Okay, that will replace. Click on the canvas, ensure that nothing is selected. Okay, and then click on it. Okay, fine. So I have my data now. Okay, so I have got all that is required. So now I can fill my fields with. Okay, so I'm accessing population of India. I'm accessing population of India. Okay, so I uncheck this. Okay, male and female. Okay, percent. This one is actually disturbing. So male and female would do here. Okay, and then I have the data here. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll just set this screen. Okay, let it running, and then I'll redo it for every one of you. Okay. It's difficult for me to navigate to the chat. Okay, so let me complete this. Okay. I'll come here. This is weird. It was working for me until yesterday. Okay, say this is the kind of chart. I mean that we can. This is a simple chart. Okay, that we can do. So I can click on any state. Okay, and I will get all the changes which happens automatically here. Okay, on the whole, if I click, I get everything over here. So 1 billion. Okay. If I click on individual states, I get the report. Okay. So depending upon the chart or probably the requirement, I mean, I can change my graphs. Okay. I'm really worried why this is not working. Okay, so it was actually working till yesterday. Okay. So we saw a similar. for some reasons, I mean, this is malfunctioning. So I'll figure out how and what is happening on this. Okay. So you can actually just by the click of a button, I mean, you can change the entire graph. Okay. So this doesn't give us much value. So you can change this to a pie chart, a donut, or a waterfall. Okay. You can change how you want. So these are some real tools that will help you to analyze data. See, normally, I mean, today we saw 2 or 3 polls, okay, since morning. All these were numbers. All these were numbers, and I specifically wanted you to vote so that, I mean, you can see those numbers, okay. So that is the kind of visualization as well as the okay. So that map issue, I mean, I will show it on the over here. So this is the Power BI services. Okay, so this is the cloud one. So we can check that over here. Okay, so the map was supposed to come here. Okay. So it's a pro license. Okay. So let us try with some other license also. Okay. Yes, sure, definitely. So I'll do that. Okay. So I am closing everything. Okay. So I'm doing it from the scratch. Okay. So I went to get data web. I posted the URL here. Okay. The one that I got from Wikipedia. So this was the URL. Okay. I posted that here. Then I got uh, the display sheet. Okay. So where we have the web view as well as the table view. And then I selected the table that I want for analysis. Okay. So from there on, I got this Excel or probably the table that I received. Okay. And it's the next level that I'm going to do now. Okay. I just click on the chart, click on the canvas again. Okay. Tree map. Map for some reason it's not working. And then you have the gauge. And then you have the numbers. Okay. And then you have a store where you can get more visuals. Okay. As we saw in the beginning, so Power BI, it connects with multiple connectors. It connects with the multiple connectors. It associates with a lot of apps, and it can give you the best possible visualization that you require. Okay, you have drill down, you have this radar chart, so many things. So based on your requirement, you can click and then you can start using it. So to my knowledge, most of them are free. Okay. So you can select, let me select some other map. Data map. Okay, so let's try this. Where is the map? Okay, so let's allow it some time to process and get connected with the app. So depending upon your connection speed and the system speed, it might take some time. Okay, so by the time that loads, let me get the other things filled here. Okay, so do you see, I mean, when I click on the states, it's changing up. Okay, so the map alone is giving us some trouble today. Okay, so others, can you just let me know if the map option is working for you? Okay, the map that is by default available in the visuals. Are you able to get the map? Let me try another map. You are the globe map. Okay, so map is working for few people there. Okay. So even if some feature is not working, okay, you can just go ahead with the other options that are available. Okay, you have multiple apps that are available in Power BI. Okay, so I will have to call my admin who has actually configured this ID as well as access for me and then fix it. Okay. So it used to be a beautiful report. Contact your tenant admin. Okay. Okay. So fine. So that's fine. Okay. So now how are we going to go ahead with this? Okay. So let us go ahead with so this totally about how to do, and this is just like a normal drag and drop. So apart from this, if you want any changes to be done or probably any updates to be done, so that requires more of modeling, then you have to go to transform data, can do a lot of changes into it. Okay, you measure. So we call that fine. So this is about it. So we just have to go to edit and do a lot many changes. Now coming to your commercial part. Okay, so commercial part. So it's not available. It's not coming up in this because I mean these are the things which I created August when I took a session for a company. So my workspace is data export data. Okay, so this is an analysis of the export data. This is from a government website only. Okay. Okay, see how good the website is interactive. So if I want to check what is this big area, so everything will totally change or interact based on my requirement. And I can go and say processed food. Okay, so this is the fifth in the list. Okay, this fourth in terms of the monetary value and 1.2 metric ton or million ton. Okay, so this is how the graphs are highly interactive. And coming to why there's a huge demand. Okay, so as we were telling you about the data, I mean why Power BI, so it has a lot of options to input data from multiple sources, and it can be given in a visual form that will be easy to decide. Okay, and we have heard about the Stone Age, Iron Age, Copper Age, and this particular age is data age, where the more one has access to data, the more rich he becomes. Okay, so people who have access to data, say for example, your IT companies or probably your ISP, I mean, who has access to all the websites that you do, your internet service provider, they have complete access to all the apps that you have installed in a mobile phone. They know which app you're using right after you get out of the bed, what is the first thing that you do and what is next to do. And then your food ordering applications, they have all kind of data on what kind of food you order at what particular time. Okay, so if it is Monday, what's the food that you like? Tuesday, everyone will have the likings, and they also have track of your food cravings. Okay, which item you order more, or probably I mean even the e-commerce giants to have complete access of all your monthly purchase that you do. Okay, what is that you buy more? So based on that, I mean, they can do cross selling, they can do upselling, and we deal into cybersecurity also. Okay, so we were shocked to see that once we were discussing about going or probably fixing a location for our training program, and when we accessed our internet, we saw a lot of ads which were related to training avenues, training infrastructure. Okay, uh, because they hear. Okay, so that's a different topic, but I'm talking about data. Okay, even your communication is part of data. So what people do is they try to harness data, and that data they break it down into minor components, and they see how best, I mean, we can use it. Okay, so something that requires a small thing, you cannot use a big thing. Okay, so you cannot use an axe to chop a leaf and all this. So basic. Okay, so coming to your data analysis. Okay, a person who is well versed in Excel, so he'll be limited only to that. Okay, he'll be a master of that, and that is somewhere that is limited. Okay, so if you want to do a basic calculation or take some attendance report, okay, that you can do in Excel, and Excel can be used as a source of data for Power BI, because people use the data from HR, people use the data from marketing campaigns, people use data from marketing field work, and people use data from their production house. All this compiled together, then we get a complete visualization report on a particular process or a particular campaign that we have done. Okay, so these are the roles that are possible in data analytics. Okay, you can be a business analyst. Okay, based on the reports that you have, so you don't have to be what do you say, a data analyst. Okay, data analyst is someone, I mean, who develops. Okay, we will see everything in detail. Okay, he gathers all the data, and then he analyzes the data, and then he provides that to the business analyst. Okay, business analyst see that in the perspective of marketing, or probably he does an analysis of the competition and what is the demand that we have for the market, and then he promotes a lot of business initiatives. Okay, you have data engineers, data scientists, okay, and a database administrator who takes care of the raw data sources, or probably refined data, and whenever you need data to be recalled, and there's a person only who supports you. Okay, so this is available in my blog. Okay, so I'll be sharing this to you. You can go to the home page and look for all the topics under Power BI. Okay, so you have Power BI option here. Okay, so this is, I've got 11 topics under Power BI. Okay, you can access that and get to know about. So what does a business analyst do? Okay, what does a data analyst do? Data engineer, data scientist, database administrator, and what is the daily activity of a data analyst? Okay, he prepares, he analyzes, he prepares the model. Okay, he manages how the data has to be fed, and then he gives that in a visually appealing form. So this is the one day activity of a data analyst. Okay, so on day one itself, I mean, he cannot give the complete visualization. He has to prepare the data. He has to get data from all the sources, analyze it, clean it, okay, cure it, okay, make it error free, okay, and then he has to decide on the model that he needs to develop. Okay, whom is he going to submit this report to? So all these are taken care before getting into the complete visualization. Okay, prepare model. So everything is given in detail, and you can go through it. And let us now come to the actual concept. Okay, so the jobs in Power BI, they all. Okay, so shall we do an activity now? Because a lot of people, I mean, they asked me, how do I get a job and how do I get interview calls? Okay, so have the screen, or probably, I mean, the screen that you have done your work on. So probably, I mean, you can take a screenshot. Okay, you can take a screenshot, print screen, and post it in your LinkedIn profile. Okay, post it in your LinkedIn profile and tag the companies that I'm going to give you, so that, I mean, you be highlighted. Okay, people will watch your post and people will get to know that, I mean, you are doing something unique related to the career of your focus. Okay, so that is how you get people's attraction towards your profile, and this will definitely get you more interview calls, because this has really worked for me. Okay, this has really worked for me, and this has really worked for most of my students, and my trainees. Okay, screenshot, okay, of this window and post it in your LinkedIn profile. Okay, so let everyone know that, I mean, you are focused on a new career startup and you're focused on something new. Okay, and you can actually change your career headline in LinkedIn to Power BI or data analyst Power BI. Okay, and mark this company. Okay, because probably tomorrow we can help you with some recommendations or accreditations that you would require. Okay, IT expert training is the person, I mean, who's organizing this training program. Okay, and then you can give a connection request to me. Okay, because I'll be sharing a lot of inputs on Power BI and other uh, what do you say, technically trending topics. Okay, you can follow me for all these things, and I can share all the job opportunities that comes through me, because I'm connected with a lot of people, a lot of companies, I mean, who are using the Power BI application in their companies. Okay, so let's go on to the real commercial factor now. Okay, we'll start with the LinkedIn job analysis. Okay, I go to job, search by title or skill. Okay, so I search this Power BI jobs. Okay, so all these keywords, business research analyst. Okay, you can check for the keyword here. Understanding of visualization tools such as Tableau. Okay, Power BI. Okay, so once you get yourself expert with all these techniques, so definitely job will not be an issue, and you'll have to start focusing on creating more activity in your LinkedIn profile. Okay, so senior Power BI developer, Power BI lead, Microsoft Power BI lead. Okay, so how many jobs? Okay, 5,266 jobs just for Power BI. Power BI developer is more on the technical side, but there are more jobs which are on the visualization and analysis side. Okay, so these companies, they're actually using Power BI and they want to support them. So what we have to do is we just have to create an activity, create a vibe. Okay, and mention Power BI hashtag on all your posts that's related to Power BI. So people will search for Power BI posts. Okay, the hashtag. I'll move away from this. Okay. Okay, so there are a couple of groups in Power BI. Okay, 13K members, and you get a lot of job opportunities. and lot of latest updates in Power BI. You can do that. So lots and lots of groups. Okay, so join a group. I mean, which has maximum members in this. Okay, so let me go ahead and type Naukri jobs. Okay. Okay, so normally the pay starts from my one of few of my trainees. I mean, they were fresh out of college, so I did a training program, employability skills training program for them. So they were it was a mixed group. Okay, so close to some 250 students. Okay, all arts and science, engineering, UG and PG, technology. So a lot of students, I mean, who are still in contact with me, the starting pay was 6 lakhs or 7 lakhs. Okay, some of them, I mean, they landed up on the basic package of 3, 4, 5. Okay, so no one below 3. Okay, but what happens is, I mean, once you are into the job, you will have a lot of samples, a lot of analysis, and you will have access to all the advanced versions of the Power BI. You don't have to go with the basic package. Okay, and you will have real-time scenarios. Okay, you will have people around you to work with. I mean, you'll have your seniors, and you will have a wonderful environment where you can develop your skills. Okay, and after 6 months or 1 year, being a HR, I suggest everyone to stick on to a job for at least 1 year. Okay, 1 year, so that you can show some stability in your profile. And once you are in the job, and if you don't get proper hike, or probably if the company is not valuing your skill more, okay, then you can come to the job market, and then you can apply for a different job and get 30% or 40% hike than your current salary, and then keep hopping jobs. Okay, so Microsoft certified Power BI. Okay, so the certification cost is close to 4,800 rupees, I think. Okay, so once you are thorough with all the concepts, you can go and attempt the certification. So once you are a fairly good user of Microsoft Power BI, you can definitely and easily clear the certification. Okay. Oops. See here. So Bangalore Power BI developer, 3 to 8 years of experience, 9 to 19 lakhs per annum. Okay. So that's something that's really huge. So I'll save this. Okay, probably at times when my employer is not paying me much, I mean, I can go for a hop. Okay, so 12 to 20 lakhs, 6 to 10 years. Okay. Okay, so Power BI, I said, I mean, it includes a lot of your apps. Okay, so if you are well versed in Python, or if you are well versed in Oracle or SQL, you can manage that database and analyze all the data in a visual form in Power BI. So it's always good to know multiple options. Okay, 20 to 25 lakhs, 4 to 9 years of experience. That's huge. Okay, so 25 to 50 lakhs filter job, 12 to 16 years technical architect. So I don't fit this bill because my experience is more than 18 years of experience, and I really don't want to relocate to Hyderabad. Okay, so this is above 20-25 lakhs. Okay, 30 lakhs technical specialist, SQL, Power BI, AWS. Okay, so go through their what do we say? Uh, the job requirement, the roles and responsibilities, job description. If you feel that, then you can fit into the bill. EY is one good company. Okay, so it's one of the Fortune 500 companies. I mean, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so BI architect. Okay, let's go with this. Okay, let me read what they require. Okay, rapid manner Power Query. So Tableau is similar to Power BI, but Power BI has more advanced features than Tableau. So R, SAS, and Python. So these ITET, we also provide training program for these. Okay, you can enroll with them for the training program. Okay, we've got ready-made and excellent trainers who can help you with this. We also had a couple of programs within 2 days. I mean, people were familiar and well versatile with Python. Not much, not much. Experience more than one industry sector, supply chain, working capital, financial. Okay, so the market is very big for Power BI. I just checked only one, Naukri. Indeed, jobs. Okay. Monster jobs. Okay, so anything from the audience, which job site you want me to check? Okay, and not only in India, you have international opportunities also. Okay, I'll just get you one data from my system. I'll stop the screen share for now. Okay, so there are a lot of real-time analysis that happens across, and I think that you're really passionate and familiar about. Okay. Okay, so once you go through this video, you will understand how the market for Power BI is. Okay. Able to see my screen? Yes.
We make people happy, whether it's a little kid coming to the first game or seasoned folks that have been coming for years. The smiles on their faces when big plays happen, when the act first gets on stage for concerts, that moment is what we live for. And that experience is powered by Adobe and Microsoft. We selected Microsoft because there's no other place where we can go find an enterprise-capable platform to do so many different things. They provide the data warehouse, the Azure cloud, and the Power BI platform that visualizes all of this data that's really mission critical for us. Microsoft and Adobe are the backbone to our customer journey.
It was a no-brainer, the fact that they already had readily available integrations with our existing Microsoft technologies. It was a cinch to really bring it in and be able to move the data from both platforms.
We've got a lot of digital properties. We have Heat.com, AAArena.com, MiamiHeatStore.com, the award-winning Miami Heat mobile app, and we want to know what our users are doing across all these different digital properties.
We use the Microsoft Azure cloud to collect and enrich our data so that we can provide it to the rest of the business in a seamless and an automated way.
First, we are scoring every lead that comes into this building, whether it's from mobile ticketing data that we capture, Wi-Fi data that we capture from Adobe Analytics or Campaign, and say, hey, this person would have a high propensity to buy a season ticket, or this person will be a great fit for a retail store buyer.
This data is moved into Microsoft Dynamics so that our reps can ensure that we are on track to drive those leads through the funnel to where we convert them into new customers.
And that's why we selected Dynamics 365 to enable our salespeople to better sell. After we implemented the data warehouse and Dynamics 365, we had a 30% year-over-year increase in our season ticket sales, with essentially the same team on the floor.
All of this information is made available through Power BI so that we can measure our performance, and it's accessible by our ownership, our executive leadership, right down to the guest services rep who's working at the arena event.
Our vision here is we just want to understand our fan. Understanding the fan provides for a great customer experience, but it's also great for our business as well. We now make data-driven decisions rather than focusing on assumptions or the way things used to be done. This has transformed the way we do business.
Okay, so I'm sharing you the link for this video. Okay, so you can also copy this and paste it on your notepad or somewhere and watch it later. So the intensity of the data that people take to take data-driven decisions. I mean, probably, I mean, you could have checked the one of the top heads of Miami Heat. He said that we want to understand our fans. We want to understand our fans, which means, I mean, every individual's requirement or every individual's likes or probably his dislikes. What is his color choice? What is his size choice? Or who his favorite probably player is, or who his favorite model is? Everything matters to taking the decision. Okay, so all those information, the basic information, how many times or how many times he checks on the company's page. Okay, his ID will be tracked. Okay, his ID will be tracked, and the time that he uses or he spends online, or the comments that he posts. So all this will be tracked. So these are small data. These are small data, and collating and collecting all this small data from the thousands and lakhs of users, or probably millions of users. I mean, it comes into one particular place, and that place, I mean, correlates with other information data. For example, I mean, this fan, he would have attended a lot of games of that particular team. Okay, and then he would have bought their jersey, T-shirts, or probably the merchandise of those particular things. So where his mobile number or his email ID or any particular ID would be tracked. So this is where we can relate the data. So if I take one particular fan and I can know what are all the things that this fan has done. So based on that, I can map this identity and I can map his likes. So if those likes are matched by many people, I can promote my products based on those likes, or probably, I mean, those wants or those needs. Okay, so that is how I increase my I can create a way new product. Okay, we call that the new product development. Okay, so based on this data, I can create a new product development, and with this fan base and with this data that I have, I can check or correlate with other e-commerce applications, and I can get to know what kind of product, I mean, this person is buying apart from my branded merchandise. Okay, so then I can relate what is that I'm missing, so that I can take this customer into my belt. So these are the things that we can analyze, and then we can provide it to our management to take decision. Or probably, I mean, if you are the end user, or if you are the deciding authority, you can check all this. So Indeed. Okay, so let's come back to Indeed. Okay, Power BI. Someone wants to find jobs. Okay, so Indeed is global. Okay, so let me go for a Dubai-based website. It is Byte. Okay, and then you have India. Okay, and then you have jobseekers.com. Okay, so Byte. Let me check Power BI. So 12 jobs. Okay, so competition will be stiff. Okay, let me give a space and Check. Okay, so Nadia Me, I'll come back to Nadia Me later. So Gulf job seeker. Goes only with code. Okay. So it throws up only 4. Okay, so we search for, say, doesn't go. Probably let's give a general search. Genpact, have Amazon. Good, the market is really good for Power BI. Okay, so how you normally get notified, or how you normally get this, you can actually post a lot of articles, okay, and target the company that you want to post, or probably when you want to work. You have to stay focused. Okay, that's the name of the game. Focused. Okay, call this bullseye, right? So this is the best example for focus. I mean, you have to hit the center point. Okay, so that is where our focus has to be. So define, or probably get to a final conclusion on what you want to become. So I've given you some 5 to 6 options. Okay, so go through all this. Do you want to be a business analyst? Okay, a data analyst, a data engineer, data scientist, or a database administrator? So these are the possible options. Okay, and apart from that, you have developer option also. I mean, if you're well versed with the languages or coding concept, then you can become a Power BI developer. Okay, so that is also there, that I've not discussed here, because I'm not a developer. Okay, so I can only train you on what I know and what I've been to. Okay, so all this analysis I've done. Okay, I've managed databases also. So based on the Miami Heat video that we saw, okay, so every aspect of the business, wherever you can collect the data, let it be time or let it be the investment or the money or probably the comment that fan gives or probably a follower gives. So everything can be calculated and converted that into a tangible, beneficial investment for the business. Okay, so you can promote your business with all these data that you get. So stay connected with me, and now so let me come to the important aspect of this program. Okay, you have for this practice databases for Power BI. Okay, you can download this file. Okay, so I hosted this in my drive. Okay, you can download this file, and this is a separate link. Okay, okay, so you can click on this. Okay, get data. Okay, so this is an XML data, but that gets converted. Okay, so from here also you can generate the data. Okay, what are feed services? Okay, so you can go to get data here. What are feed? Okay, and then you can put this link over here. This link over here, and you can resolve self-introductory, okay, self thing, and then you can proceed. So this is your workaround. Okay, it's been quite a long time. Okay, so let's do this thing. So how many of you want to learn Power BI for free? Okay, so you can just vote now. Do you wish to learn Power BI for free? Yes, blog link I will share. Yes. Okay, so it's one-on-one. Okay, so I request you to click or submit your vote on the link. Okay, since we are learning Power BI, so let us have a graphical representation. So all your yeses on the chat box can be converted to the votes on the link that I just provided. Okay. Okay, so let's have some ticking clock. So I'll close this in a minute. So we are close to 45, 50 people, 40 people. So I need more number of votes. Okay. It's only 50% who have voted. Okay, so it's 16 versus 8. Okay. 16 versus 8. Okay. So I usually like to learn things on my own because I'm a self-learner. But many times I have experienced a lot of difficulties in learning on my own. Okay. So there'll be some places where you would need support. Okay, so that will not be available. Okay. Okay, so I have this in my blog. Okay, so let me help you first something that is okay, so something that is easy and free for everyone. Okay, so I believe everyone would have registered on the Microsoft Learning Portal. Okay, so you have a structured learning path. Okay, you have all text-based learning over there. Okay, you can use this link. Okay, and you can go through your Microsoft Power BI since you're already registered, and then you can go ahead with your learning program. Introduction to Power BI. You can start the course. You can learn your certificates. Okay, and so many other things. See, this is my profile. Okay, I just started with the certification process. Okay, past 7 days. So out of 20,000 or 21,000, I've closed to 19,350. Okay, 4 trophies, 12 badges I've learned. Okay, and I will next term, in once I complete that, I'll go for the certification. So module I've completed. So you have a complete analysis. So this is absolutely free. Okay, so this is absolutely free. You don't have to pay a penny to anyone. Where was I? Okay, the learning process. Okay, and then they have their YouTube channel. And if you're someone, I mean, who can understand American accent, okay, you can go ahead with this. Okay, so this is absolutely free. Okay, so now how to get your Power BI trial package, because you can install the Power BI desktop application. Okay, there's no issue with that. You don't need an email ID or you don't need an access. Okay, but as long as your online services, Power BI online service is required, you need a domain address. Okay, you need a domain address. Okay, you see. Okay, so if you're someone, I mean, who require a specialist support to help you with this Power BI training program, you can actually enroll to our paid program, which will be on 30th of April, 1st of May, and 6th, 7th, and 8th of May. Okay, let me confirm that. Yes, 7th and 8th of May. So Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, 2 Saturday, Sundays. Okay, 3 hours per day. So we'll be able to guide you to access Power BI, DAX model, and almost all the complex data resources. Everything will be taught. Along with that, we will give you a domain where you can go and register your Power BI online services. Okay, so that will be valid for I think 2 months, 60 days is what they said, the trial version. Okay, so if there is no restriction, probably, I mean, we will give this email ID. Probably, I mean, you can have it. That's not a problem. Okay, so I've given you all the step-by-step instruction on how you can create your email ID, how you can get your verification code, and how you can start using your Power BI online services. Okay, so this is actually an real email ID, okay, of the company. Okay, and you can use this. And this email ID is being sponsored by one of the company here. Probably, I mean, you can go to LinkedIn and you can support them. Okay, follow the company. Okay, and they will actually update a lot of insights for Power BI, and all other technical job opportunities. Okay, so you can receive the code. Okay, on the email address, you'll have to update the code in a registration page. Complete the registration process. Okay, you will receive a welcome email, and thereafter you don't need access to this email address. Your email ID will hold good for your access, okay, for your regular visit. Okay, how to log into Power BI online services. So that is your next thing, how to log into Power BI online account. So once you have this email ID that is registered, okay, you'll have to go to the Power BI sign in, okay, click on sign in to an organization because that the Compass Law company is already registered with Power BI, and enter the domain name, click next, your username and the password that you set, and you can select the stay connected icon, and bingo, there you go. You have complete access of Power BI services. Okay. So this is only for people, I mean, who are signing up today and signing up for the forthcoming complete session that we are going to have on 30th, 1st, 7th, and 8th of May. 30th of April, 1st of May, 7th and 8th of May. Okay, so there is a link that we have where you can complete your payment. Okay, so since I'm working for an industry, so I'm heading the operations for technical services and training company based out of Malaysia. Okay, and they have their business partners in India. I can give you real-time scenarios and we can work on real-time data. And I also have my blog, okay, where I feed in the data, I change the data, and we check the real-time changes. So this link will also be posted in the WhatsApp group that you are into. Okay, so you can make the payment now and secure your seats for the forthcoming program, where we will help you right from installation, but you will have to get your system configuration done. So the initial will have we will not waste time on the day. So we'll have a day well in advance where we will ask you, we'll send you all the links to install Power BI desktop. Okay, and we'll once you make the payment, we will configure an email ID and send you the password. You can use that password and register for the Power BI online. Okay, the services, online services, the cloud version, and you can use the same email address if required to access your desktop, because you will have to publish some data from your desktop to the online services. Okay, all the publish activities and everything will be shared during the actual session. And going forward, I mean, you will be with our closed network of WhatsApp group, and we will give you a priority option for any job opportunities that come across any of the industry leaders. Okay, and we can also write you a recommendation on your Power BI sessions. Okay, so now I'm done with my presentation, and I give you the access to allow participants to unmute themselves. Okay. If you have any questions related to the training program, or probably related to the services that is there for the training program, you can ask me now, and I'll be very glad to answer. And the fees or the charges for the training program is 1250. Okay, so we have kept it at the bare minimum. Okay, so nowhere else, I mean, you can have this training program at this charge. Okay, where we are giving you a complete access to online services. If you go and purchase your a trial, probably, I mean, you first need a domain. Okay, a domain itself would cost you 1,000 rupees. Okay, and then you need a hosting service. A hosting service would cost you another 2,000 rupees, and then you have to create an email ID. Email ID might come for free. Okay, you have to spend 3,000, and then you have to go and get your free email address. Or probably, I mean, you can go and buy a Power BI online services access from any of the Microsoft package vendors. Okay, they will charge you no less than $6 to $10 per month. Okay, so what is the value of a dollar now? Okay, it's 75 rupees, I think. So 6 USD to INR. It comes to 500 rupees approximately, but our actual course is 1250 only from scratch. Okay. So you can register now and make the payment online, get your seat secured for the program, and get your email IDs configured well in advance, start exploring all the online services, your mobile services, everything, and then get ready for the session. So 1250, I believe it's not a big amount, because normally once you go out to hang out with your friends, or movie, or probably a late night dinner or a dinner, you burn out 1,000 rupees easily per day. Okay, so we focus students as well as people who are freshers, job seekers. We need this as a minimal commitment, so that they can be attentive, and we also would like to give the same commitment to the students. So this is a commitment fee, and uh, this is a no-brainer. What do you say? Deal that we can give you. So any questions if you have, you can ask me. I'll be here for the next 15 minutes. So probably, if you have done your payment, you can ping me in separate, ping me in private that you made the payment. I'll cross-check with my team. You will receive an email confirmation also, and we can get going with the configuration of your email IDs and creation of your Power BI services. So any questions you have, I will share my blog link. Okay. So it's tech-skills-world. Okay, the class timings are 10 to 1, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, so 4 sessions, 2 sessions per week, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 1, 10 to 1. And the next Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 1, 10 to 1. You will have 1 week of time where you can analyze, do the assignments. We will give you a lot of assignments. We'll give you a lot of sample data. Okay, you can analyze and you can come back prepared with your questions on the assessment that we provide. And then you can get the things going on. Class timings is 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or once we have all students geared up, we can discuss that in the WhatsApp group. It will be a closed WhatsApp group. Yes, we are starting from the scratch. You have gone through this complete session, okay, and you have seen the returns of your investment. You can earn in lakhs being a fresher also, because they require a lot of people at the entry level as well. Okay, so forget about the senior business analyst. They actually have people, who want to curate and clean the data. Okay, so that is also required. So even if you are a fresher, or probably a person, who doesn't understand anything of Power BI, okay, you can join the session. Okay, we will go from the basics. Okay, we will go from the basics. We will train you 2 hours on Excel basics. Okay, Excel, and then directly from Excel, we will move on to Power BI, because Excel seems to be the precursor of Power BI, because almost all the interface and everything resembles to Excel. We will take you some advanced steps on Excel, like creating a pivot table, pivot chart, slicers, timeline. All these things will be covered on the initial 1 or 2 hours. Okay, once you are thorough with this, okay, then we will move on to Power BI, so that you can have a complete understanding on what the Power BI requires. Okay, we will focus 80% time or 90% time on Power BI and equip you completely for the job that falls under the Power BI portfolio. That's fantastic, Venkat. Venkat, if you have 10 years of experience on IT, then you can easily shift your job. Okay, you can showcase your IT experience in Power BI, and then you can grow up the ladder. You don't have to get into an entry-level ladder, entry-level position. So what you can just type your current take-home package, or probably your CTC. Okay, so that will be confident with me. I won't charge you more than 1250. Don't worry. Okay, the fees is fixed. Okay, we won't be charging you more than that. Even if you're getting in lakhs, we will not charge you more than that. Venkat, what is your CPC? Just for an analysis, because we saw a lot of packages that were that were above 9 lakhs to 19 lakhs. Okay, so we can help you fit on any of those big package, or probably big paycheck profiles. It is how you entertain yourself, and it is how you build your portfolio. Okay, you update a lot of your analysis, you update a lot of scenarios, you update a lot of your learnings on any online portal. Okay, so people find you interesting and people find you knowledgeable, and you will have a lot of things to showcase and to explain during the interview session. Okay, we will help you with all the kind of interview FAQs that actually requires to groom you and build you. Hope I have answered your question, Venkat. Okay, so today's it was just an introductory session. I mean, you may not get a certificate for today's session. All you can do is, I mean, you can comment on your LinkedIn profile, you can tag our company, and we can like you, and we can mention your name, and then we can give you a presence. Okay, you can post in our company's profile. Okay, IT expert training. I've shared the link. I'll share the link again. Okay, tag our company. Okay, you can tag our company. Okay, give you the link. Okay, and get in touch with me, tag the company. Okay, so we can give you an attendance. So probably, I mean, you can take a screenshot of this. Okay, so post it in your profile and tag me or the company. Okay, or you can switch on your camera. Okay, and take your screenshot along with the backdrop image and post it. So that is how you promote yourself, that I have attended this program. Okay, and I can comment. So that holds good like a certificate. Probably, I mean, if you come to the actual workshop, we will definitely provide you with a certificate of participation, certificate of attendance. Okay, and if you require, we can give you a recommendation on LinkedIn based on your performance in the training program, and that can definitely help you get a better job, or it will add more credibility to you. Okay, so any questions? Okay, so probably, I mean, if there are no questions, I believe I'll be sharing all these links on the WhatsApp group as well, so that, I mean, you don't get this missed. Okay. You will have access to all these links. You'll have access to all the lab links, the Microsoft links, the video, as well as uh, the link for this session also. Okay, so that will be shared in the WhatsApp group, and the links to join the workshop. Okay, so that will also be shared in the WhatsApp group. Okay, fine. So do you have any questions? Okay, so probably, I mean, if there aren't any questions, okay, so I would like to wind up the session, and I thank every one of you for spending your valuable time early morning on a Sunday. Okay, you have stayed hooked, connected with me to learn a new trending tool on data analytics. Okay, I'm sure all the information that you've received would have been definitely valuable. Okay, so probably I would like to have giveaway. Probably, I mean, someone who can give me the best summarization or probably a good summarization of this training program today. I can give you a free access to the session. Okay, so that has to be selected by a jury. Probably, I mean, the one with maximum likes. Okay, uh, on an average. Okay, so they also qualify to get a free access to the program. Okay, you can write it on any of the company pages here and send the link on the WhatsApp group or to my personal number on the WhatsApp group, and probably we'll monitor that until the last day of the training program, and then we will give away a free ticket, okay, to the main workshop. Okay, so this is my offering for the day. So it's 12:25 now. I once again thank everyone for being part of this session, and let's get connected on a better platform, a bigger platform, sometimes later. So thank you so much for your time. Okay. Sure. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Okay. Real me, I don't know your name. Okay. So you're welcome. Thank you so much for your response. Thanks. Thanks, Rahul Desai, Anisha, Anisha Chakraborty. You're welcome. Nitin Bansal, thank you. You're welcome. Anjum Parveen, you're welcome. Nitin Bansal, again, a smiley. Okay, happy to see you. Okay, thanks. Okay, Ijaz, thank you. Diksha, Pushwala. Okay, so thanks so much. So let me wind up. Okay. Okay, so it's bye from the meme and IT expert training until we meet for the next time. Okay, so take care. Bye bye.